this is a fair warning to the U.S. citizens. If you're in Mexico, it's time for you to get your ass out of Mexico. And if any U.S. citizens planning on visiting Mexico, you don't need to be going nowhere near Mexico. The cartel in Mexico has left a direct, chilling message. They will start killing American citizens on their territory starting this month. Before I go on, I need y'all to share this. So,
please do not come to Mexico. Do not come to Cancun. Do not come to Puerto Vallarta or stay in the United States. Eat your Taco Bells. Eat your burritos. Eat your whatever you got back home. In Mexico, we already know that MAGA people hate Mexicans. We already know that you support Donald Trump, who is a really bad guy for Mexicans. They are putting our people in prisons. They are attacking our people. They are disappearing little children, separating families. We don't like MAGA people here in Mexico. And if you come, please do not bring your orange hat saying MAGA.
So in other words, we don't like the people in the United States who actually want to enforce their border laws. We Mexicans are entitled to come across the border illegally and stay in the United States as long as we want. And if you hold us accountable and you enforce the immigration laws in your country, you hate all of us. And since...
Good night, everybody. I just came on here for a brief minute. So I don't know if y'all heard, everybody trying to get on them cruises and traveling to Mexico. Well, the cartel is not playing. They said that in the U.S. this month, starting this month, any U.S. citizens that they catch out there, they unalive them or whatever to them. So this is just a warning to y'all. Be safe when y'all get on them cruises or traveling to Mexico, because the cartel has said what they said, and y'all know they don't play. They say they is not playing with Donald Trump, and they don't want no American citizens in their country. So y'all better do y'all research, and y'all better listen and stop getting on them cruises trying to travel to Mexico. And all these other countries, I just wouldn't do it right now.
This is a reminder. While ICE is terrorizing Mexicans and immigrants of everywhere, and really Americans as well, I'm at the Mexican border right now, and this is what it looks like in the mornings on any given Thursday while people need their dental work done. Any given Thursday, it's all Americans coming to get their dental work done, because you know why? They can't afford to get their dental work done in the States. And Mexico welcomes us in with open arms. We all come with our passports and we get our dental work done. We get our glasses, we get everything, and then we go home.
What the heck is going on in Cancun, Mexico? Nobody is here. It is absolutely a ghost town. Yes, it is the low season, but it is even way lower than it has been in other low seasons. That's what all the locals and taxi drivers, Ubers have told me. And in this video, I'm gonna explain to you if you should or shouldn't come. Long story short, you should come still. It is actually very safe. However, you should listen to this following advice so you stay safe. Transport has a big problem here. And the taxis, based on the research that I did with the Mexicans, the Mexican TikTok, the Mexican YouTube, all the Mexicans are saying boycott. Don't come to Cancun, don't come to Tulum. Don't come to Playa del Carmen, because the taxis are charging you insane prices, more expensive than New York City or Los Angeles just to go on a short taxi ride. They're charging you to go to beaches that should be public. They're charging you crazy prices for restaurants or crazy amounts just to go to the bathroom. So yeah, that's why Mexicans are saying don't come to here, go to other places in Mexico. But it is still very safe, and it is the off season, and I have this entire resort to myself. It is absolutely phenomenal. The prices have dropped here. It's still very safe. Now, what is the advice? When you get to the airport, don't take a taxi. That's what the Mexicans told me. Go to the ADO bus station, tell them where you're staying, order the bus ticket. It's gonna be way cheaper than a taxi anyways, and they'll bring you to where you need to go. Or square away with your hotel, a private taxi with a fixed rate. The taxis, sorry, you know, they're very expensive, and maybe they're gonna treat you like shit and trick you, so yeah.
So the U.S. Embassy has issued a level 4 travel advisory on these areas. Go ahead and snap this picture right here. because the other day I made a video of this man talking about how they were kidnapping Americans on the roads and things like that.
Se reporta que de Tamaulipas, Reynosa, todos esos lugares, se ha desaparecido mucha gente últimamente. Ciudadanos americanos que van viajando por carretera lo están desapareciendo.
And in the comments to this day, I still have a lot of people worried, talking about like asking, is it safe to go here? Is it safe to go there? So here's a map right here, and it actually breaks down the level of like how dangerous it is. Go ahead and snap a picture of that. But yeah, it looks like we need to totally avoid Tamaulipas and then the road to Reynosa and Monterrey. So if you have plans or family that's going to be going over there, you know, just send them, take a picture of it and send it to them. And I would honestly make arrangements to fly, because again, right now the U.S. Embassy has put a level 4 travel advisory on these areas.
Okay, so long story short, for those of you planning to go to Mexico, specifically Tijuana, Los Cabos, Cancun, do not. It's recently came to my attention that the cartel is threatening American people.
I have seen so much crazy information on social media about how dangerous it is to visit Mexico. Let's quickly talk about what's true, what's not true, and how you can stay safe if you're visiting Mexico. First off, I'm coming at this from 3 different perspectives. I'm a travel agency owner, I'm a travel media spokesperson, and I've personally visited Mexico in the last 30 days. So is it safe to visit Mexico with your family? Absolutely. A lot of the tourist places are still safe, like Cancun, Riviera Maya, Cozumel, Cabo, and Puerto Vallarta. All of these are very safe. The one tourist place I would stay away from, though, is Acapulco. There's a lot of cartel activity going on there that's been pretty active for the last couple years and doesn't show any signs of slowing down. There are some proactive measures you can take to stay safe if you are worried about it, though. And the first recommendation is to stay in a vetted or reputable hotel. This is not the time to be experimenting with an Airbnb or a private residence. You don't know who's been there, you don't know the activity that's going on in the neighborhoods. Stay in a reputable hotel. And the same thing goes for transportation. Make sure you're using a vetted and reliable transportation company. This is not the time for the fly-by-night taxis that don't have any labels on them. Another recommendation is to use the ATM in a public place during the daytime. This is kind of common sense, but you don't want to be at a bank machine at night in third world country. Speaking of nighttime, make sure that you're not traveling alone at night. Travel with your buddy, travel with your partner, travel with your kids, travel with somebody, just don't travel alone at night. My last recommendation, which I actually hate even bringing up, but don't wear your best jewelry, your greatest diamonds, your biggest flashy pieces of jewelry when you're in any third world country, and that includes Mexico. The bottom line is Mexico is perfectly safe to visit. I encourage you to visit. It's a great place to be with your family. Just
do not come to Mexico right now, especially Puerto Vallarta, and especially do not come to Villas Vallarta, because the safety and hospitality right now, you guys, is so good. You probably won't want to leave. The food and drink are included are absolutely incredible, flavorful, and fresh. Foodies will go nuts. The beach and the pools, it is truly a tropical paradise that will for sure help you wash away those winter blues. So no, don't come if you don't want a good time. You're probably not going to want to leave, and this is probably going to become your new home away from home here at Villas Vallarta. It's that good. Don't say I didn't warn you.
So this is terrifying. One of the most dangerous gangs in all of the world, the Sinaloa cartel, is threatening to target American citizens in popular tourist spots like Cabo in response to their lab raids and seizures, according to Breitbart. Now, there was a banner recently hung addressing the director of the FBI, Kash Patel, and the banner first surfaced on Sunday in Baja California, where people left 2 banners signed by Los Chapitos. The banners claim that starting on Sunday, they will be targeting U.S. citizens in Mexico in response to the weapon seizures and the recent lab raids. Now, these banners first started popping up near the Los Cabos, Baja California Sur, a destination that was once marked safe for Americans, but now is ground zero for fighting between cartels. The banner also went on to say, "We will show you how we wage this war. We will begin to eliminate every American citizen residing in areas where we have a presence." So if you're planning to go around Mexico for vacation coming up, please be very careful.
If you're asking yourself, should I travel to Mexico or should I not travel to Mexico? Listen to me. Don't travel. Don't even think about it. Mainstream media is right. It's dangerous. It's not safe. listen to what happened to me. A month ago, I came to Mexico, and now I literally cannot leave. I cannot leave because I got addicted to this beautiful view and to coconut margarita and this food and walks on the beach and evening walks on Malecon and beautiful people of Mexico. So, I mean, what could I do? I had to apply for residency and now I'm a resident here. I'm a Mexican resident.
2 narco banners in Mexico are warning Americans they will be targets of violence in beach towns controlled by the Sinaloa cartel. Written in Spanish, the warnings say, quote, "You will be the ones to blame. We'll show you how we'll make this war on all Americans residing in areas where we have a presence, especially those living in San Jose del Cabo and Cabo San Lucas," end quote. Now, this comes amid the U.S. and Mexico's increased crackdown on the Sinaloa cartel operations. The banners, according to several social media posts and trade sites, were taken down quickly. Officials in Mexico say they are investigating the messages, which are linked to organized crime.
Mexico's fucked up because I went to Mexico and I went to Playa del Carmen. But Playa del Carmen had a travel advisory at the time. And they were saying not to go there. It was like completely, it was completely run by the cartels. They told us not to go there. And I'm a very paranoid person. And it was for my cousin's bachelor party. Mm-hmm. And my cousin's the type of people, like my cousin, his brother, they're very much so like, not a care in the world. Everything's a joke. Like, no big deal. And the travel advisory is literally telling you, yo, you can't go there. Do not go there. And we're staying in a condo. We're not staying in a resort. We're staying in a fucking condo in the middle of the city.
Yeah, no.
So we get there and he's like, oh, we got to get food. So we go to the local supermarket. Already, I'm like, terrible this is idea. Wild, bro. Motherfuckers are coming up in trucks with like a turret in the back. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is that? We get there and we're spending hundreds of dollars. And there, that's a lot of money. Right. So we're spending more money than any of these motherfuckers. And we're buying steak and this and that. And at the end, my cousin's friends are like, these white boys are like tipping her and shit. I'm like, oh my God, bro. First night, we go to a strip club. We get kicked out of the strip club because the owner comes up to us and goes, hey, you guys are like getting the attention of all the girls. And the guys over there are upset. I think you guys should leave. And we look across and they're all in like cowboy hats. The fat Mexicans just staring at us. And I'm like, let's get the fuck out of here, dog. That night we go to a club that apparently was like shot up 3 weeks before. And we had no idea. God, so I leave the club. I go to get tacos. I walk through this alley. 2 Mexican municipal police pull up in front of me, close me into this alley and hop out. Now I'm a cop at the time. I got my shield on me. They pull me out, they go through my pocket, they open up my wallet. And I tell them I'm a cop in New York. They open it up, they see my badge and they go, oh, what are you doing out here? And they're laughing, giggling, and they're like looking at it, they look at it. They're like, you're a cop in New York? I go, yeah. They go, okay. They close it up, give it to me, and they go, all right, get out of here. Next day I wake up and the dude who's like chaperoning us, he works for the cartel. I tell him the story. I go, yo, this is crazy, like last time. And he looks at me, he goes, he's like, bro, you're lucky. And I go, why? He goes, well, they were gonna rob you because they kept asking me, "Tiene cocaína?" Like, no, I don't have fucking coke. You know? And they're like, "You sure? You sure?" I wouldn't tell you. Yeah. Even if I did, it's in my ass, motherfucker. What's wrong with you? So he said that what they normally would do, they would pull somebody over and be like, "Yo, you have drugs? You have drugs?" And if they did have drugs, they would extort them for money. Right. If they didn't have drugs, they would still extort you for money. And if you didn't give the money, that's when they pass you off to the cartel, and the cartel,
and they're gonna get paid.
And they're gonna get paid. Right. So I was like, what the fuck? And he was like, so you're really lucky that they had like, he's like, what'd they do when you told me you're a cop in New York? I was like, they giggled. Right. That's what they did. Bro, they giggled. Like,
you put me on handcuffs? No dinero. Hello, hi. You asked me for money. They want to know do you have like a badge number? Check your card. Do you have a badge? You're asking me for money. He showed you the license. He showed you.
They still got the license.
Call your supervisor. Call the U.S. Embassy. I'm on the phone with them right now. Do you have the U.S. Embassy on the phone? They coming. Don't worry about it.
For the car. You need paper for the car?
Call the U.S. Embassy. Check your card. Call the U.S. Embassy. Check your card. I'm an American citizen. You're not going to extort me. You're harassing me.
Close the camera. Close the camera.
She hit me. That lady, she put her hands on me. She didn't put your hands on me.
I got the video.
You put your hands on me.
This is a fair warning to the U.S. citizens. If you're in Mexico, it's time for you to get your ass out of Mexico. And if any U.S. citizens planning on visiting Mexico, You don't need to be going nowhere near Mexico. The cartel in Mexico has left a direct, chilling message. They will start killing American citizens on their territory starting this month. Before I go on, I need y'all to share this so everybody can get this message. So this is a direct retaliation for the U.S. seizing their labs and arresting their soldiers.
You need more than a passport to come into Mexico.
Mexico is now requiring U.S. citizens to fill out an immigration form before they can cross.
You can't just be walking your ass in there. Yeah, spring break is going to be a little difficult, dude. Yeah, it's going to be muy difícil. Yeah, man, they're like, nah, you need more than a passport. And so now the airports are stacked with people stuck in airports and shit. People screaming like, I want to get the fuck out of here. Get me out of here! I'm like, I wonder why Mexico has installed this law. You all help me out. Could it be that Trump was grabbing a lot of them motherfuckers and tossing them back over the border? I don't know. You tell me. Could it be that he changed the Gulf of Mexico into Gulf of America? No, you let me know. Could it be ICE harassing Mexicans that are actually legal in this bitch? I don't know. Could it be that they're fucking with people who speak Spanish? I don't know. You tell me. And how do you even go to Mexico with what's happening right here? Americans, I'm just saying, you got a lot of nerve to be walking up in their country while you fucking with them like that. How you just gonna walk? You're lucky the cartel ain't getting involved in this shit. And who knows, it might be the cartel saying, hey, Estados Unidos, no más entrar, puta cabrón. Yeah, okay? No más entrar, Estados Unidos, americanos, entrar demasiado, okay? No más, chingada. You let me know.
Is traveling to Mexico safe right now? Now, this is not a political post. This is a travel post based on my experiences traveling to Mexico 2 times this month. But it is a question I'm getting a lot lately because of the political climate. But honestly, this is a question I have been getting since I have started this account in my YouTube channel. And I can only give you my experiences, but I've been there around 22 times now and never had an issue. The only issue I've ever had traveling there are the typical tourist scams that I talk a lot about in my videos. And I have been 2 times since the inauguration in the Playa del Carmen, Tulum, and Cancun area, both on and off the resort, and have not had any issues at all. And honestly, there's always a safety risk whenever you travel, and sometimes I feel safer in Mexico and on the streets of Mexico than I do here in the US. So I'm not trying to
Stop scrolling and hold up if you're planning a trip to Mexico. You need to hear this right now. The US, Germany, Italy, Canada, and Australia, they just issued a new travel advisory for Mexico. Why, you may ask? Airport closures and the massive National Day festivities are going on right now. So that means there will be packed airports, delayed flights, and streets full of celebrations. Yes, it's going to be amazing to see, but it can turn chaotic real fast. So here are 3 ways that you can stay safe if you're heading there. Number 1, always check your flight before leaving. 2, register with your embassy for alerts and stay updated on local news and avoid huge crowds if things get tense.
Hello everyone, my name is Will here in Cancun, Mexico, and today I want to talk to you about, is Mexico safe? I'm going to talk specifically about Cancun, more Quintana Roo, but then also talk a little bit about Mexico in general, especially right now, because the U.S. government and the media is sharing a story about the cartel wrote on a sheet that they're going to target tourists and Americans. Specifically, this was supposedly in Cabo, but they said they're going to attack everywhere, and I've even heard rumors here. Number 1, do a little critical thinking here. Cartel's not going to announce their plans by writing on a sheet with marker. They're not going to announce anything. They're just going to do something. Now, I'll tell you, in most of your tourist areas, the cartel's going to protect that. That's usually one of the ways that they're making money. I don't know all the ins and outs, but I know that that's one of the, seems to be one of the things they protect, is those areas. Those are areas that disagreements are not allowed. It does happen sometimes, but it's always targeted. If you look at the statistics, and I know statistics can kind of be swayed and the reporting may vary, But specifically, if you look at Quintana Roo, the state in Mexico, that's where I'm at, it is safer than 43 other U.S. states. The only ones that it's not safer than are the low population states like Montana, South Dakota, North Dakota, those type of states. Quintana Roo's safe. And when there is violence here, it's not random like it is in the U.S. with just last weekend, I think there were 3 mass shootings in one day. It's just too tough to keep up. You literally have more mass shootings in the U.S. than you have days in the calendar so far this year. So, yes, it's a lot safer. Now, when there is violence, it is pretty targeted. It is pretty targeted to specific people. I know there was one incident here in Cancun before we moved here where a jeweler in a mall was targeted. And evidently the story goes that the jeweler in the mall had ripped off some people. Well, those people.
So Mexico will never want to scare away the tourism sector. So if they have a safe house in a place like Puerto Vallarta, which is also the CJ&G stronghold, filled with arms, filled with tech, drones, 3D printers, you name it.
My best friend and I were robbed, almost kidnapped, and then forced to stay in Mexico for another 3 days. We were on a bachelorette in Tulum and specifically used this company because they said that they had 24/7 security. When we got there, they told us that the security guard was actually off duty for the weekend for his daughter's wedding. So we immediately threatened to leave. We felt very uncomfortable and we told them we would find our own security if not. But they told us they weren't comfortable with someone that they didn't vet. So instead, they sent their family friend. That family friend, who was supposed to be our security guard, just so happens to be the same person covering the security camera in the first video that I showed. Anyway, on the very last night of the trip, around 3 a.m., we get home from the club and my room is completely ransacked. Everything's gone. My passport, my jewelry, computers, like literally everything is gone. We're obviously freaking out. We're like, call 911 immediately, call the villa. So the villa calls the police and they show up and they barely look around. They then tell us that we need to go with them in order to get our passports back. Otherwise, we won't be able to fly home in the morning. In the moment, people were definitely like, wait, you need to go with them or you won't be able to fly home. But like, my gut feeling was like, I'm not getting in the car with these people. I'm just not. They told us that they were taking us to Cenote Calavera, which after the fact, we looked up, and Cenote Calavera is actually known as the Temple of Doom, and it's a body of water with a cave. I'm running out of time, so if you want to find out what happens, go.
All right, we in Cancun on the strip right now. It's about 95 degrees right now. And one thing I can tell y'all is we too old for this shit. Maybe back in our 20s, but hell no, they out here drinking, smoking in the middle of the day. Lord have mercy. Y'all young folk, I love y'all, boy. Y'all, oh God damn, I don't know how I used to do it. Shit is hot out here. We need a lounge with an AC and some outdoor fans. Oh, Lord have mercy, Jesus.